Alright, good day. So our task for today is to have our network cable, this cable here, to be crimped on to our RJ45. So we have here our tools. First, we have our crimping tool. Then we have our tester, network tester. Then we have our cable and our RJ45 connectors. So for this cable here, we have our category 6 UTP cable. Alright. So first thing is to prepare our cable. So here's the cable. Okay. Then we need to use our crimping tool. So the crimping tool has two sides. The side here where you can see our holes for the RJ45, the cutter, and the stripper. Then this is now the back portion. Okay. Now this side, okay, must be facing the portion where you can see the slots, must be facing the person who is trying to crimp the cable. So when we start the crimping process, so make sure that we have our cable. Then we measure around a thumb length, and then that is where we do the strip. So check this one, around the thumb. So around this portion here. Alright, so this portion would be our portion where we need to do our stripping. So we use the portion, this portion here, where we can strip. So insert it, and then let us strip this one. Alright, so twist, and then after that one, we need to check open. So there are actually crimping tool which might damage our cable, so we need to be familiar as to how cables are being crimped or being stripped on our cable here. Right. Next, you will see the different components inside our category 6 cable. So we have here our twisted pair. We also have here our separator and the fiber strand. Okay, can you see this one? So we have our twisted pair for the orange, for the green, the blue, and the brown. We have our separator here, and then our fiber portion. Alright, so we need to cut off. We can make use of a scissor, or we can make use of the cutter of our crimping tool. Right, so let's cut off the separator. Alright, so we need to take this one off, and then we need also to cut off the fiber because we will not strip the whole cable. Alright, so things will not go messy afterwards. Alright, so okay, so we are now left on our twisted pair. So we need to untwist this one, untwist every pair, and then straighten up, untwist. Okay, so the whole process actually for Cat6 would take some time compared to the category 5. So Cat6 has a bit extra of the interior containment, since the Cat6 cable has a separator. But for Cat5e, then it does not have any separator, so we just the twisted pair and the fiber strand. Okay, and twist and straighten up, and then last one, our twisted pair orange. So untwist this one. Okay, and then straighten up. Now we already have crimped the other portion, this one here, using the type A, okay, where we start with the green colored. Okay, so we will do the same on this portion here. So we start with our white green color. So we need to start with white green, and then what's the next? We follow with white orange, white, green, green, white, orange, blue, white, blue, then orange, white, brown, and brown. Okay, so you need to set this one up. Right, I'll let it show you for a while. Allow me to straighten up everything so it would line up properly and you don't have problem later on when inserting it into our RJ45 connector. Alright, so that portion. So we have white, green, green, white, orange, blue, white, blue, orange, white, brown, and brown. Alright, so that's our color combination. Next is to cut this one off. So we need to level off everything first. Level off. Alright, so before we do the cutting, we need to be familiar as to what portion should we cut it. So you can actually check the RJ45 as to its length, where you need to have it, there's a portion here where you need to clip the outer part of the cable. So you can compare it to our thumb portion. So for me, it's around half of my thumb. So I need to cut the wire around half of my thumb. Alright, so you put it this one, then measure it approximately half, and then make sure when you cut this one, it should be level. Alright, so we need the cutter portion here, this one. Right, so cut this one off. Okay, then okay, cut. So everything should be straightened, and then we need to insert it on our RJ45. So the RJ45 is facing on the gold sides on the person, and then the lock should be below. Right, insert, and then give a little push, and then observe. Okay, observe that the end point of the cable must reach the top portion of our RJ45 connector. Alright, so you can actually just watch the portion if all cables were able to reach the topmost portion. Right, you can also check it on the other side also, on this side, and then also check if the outer layer can be clipped into the RJ45 connector. In that way, the cable will not be easily pulled off. Alright, and then we need to insert it on our crimping tool. So insert, then give a little push, okay, on the cable towards the RJ45 connector and the crimping tool. So it will push, and then watch if the ends will meet the portion where it should end, and then give it a clip. Right, then crimp. Alright, so it will give you a click once it was already crimped properly. So if you observe, okay, so this portion here is being clipped, the outer layer, outer covering is clipped on the RJ45 connector. Ends here must meet at the end portion, and then everything must be crimped properly. Alright, next thing is we need to do a testing. So from this one, the other end that we have crimped earlier, okay, then this portion is the last one that we did in our video. Alright, so we will make use of our network tester. This one is a tester for wire tracking. So I like this one better than the other testing tool, since this is capable of wire tracking and also for testing of our RJ45 connector. Right, so what we do is to insert it on the other side, and then insert also the other portion on the other side. Right, so actually you can remove this one, or can have it this one paired, and then just do a test. Right, observe how lights are doing. Right, so check, these are two things here, so check it on this left side, and then check on the other side also. Right, so check if the numbers are doing well. Say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Alright, so this is a straight through cable. This is why all numbers must be in order. Okay, both tester must have in order. Okay, so very good. This one is a good cable. So testing showed that this cable is already okay for deployment. Alright, so on our next video, we'll have our Cat5e cable for crimping. Alright, so thank you very much. I hope you were able to get some idea on how do we do the crimping for the Cat6 cable. Thank you very much.